A very good evening to all of you who have come in on this webinar. We from the Symbiosis School of Economics extend a warm welcome to you. On this panel today with me is Ms. Ishita Ghoshal, who will answer your queries for MSc admissions. I have on my left hand side Professor K.K. Roy, who will handle admissions related to extracurricular activities and any other technical questions for the School of Economics. And we have Dr. Rachna Shah here, who takes care of the BSc admission process. Symbiosis School of Economics, as you all must have read by now, was established in 2008. It is under the Symbiosis Society, whose founder president is the Chancellor, Dr. S.B. Muzumdar, Padma Bhushan Dr. S.B. Muzumdar. Symbiosis School of Economics was established, as I said, in 2008 under the Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences. We began with a BSc program and have successfully completed almost 5 batches that have graduated since then. 2011 was the first, and now the current batch in 2015 that is just about to graduate. In 2011, we established our MSc program, and we've had almost the 3rd batch which is going to graduate, and we've had good set of enrollments and registrations, and the program is doing pretty good. Our tagline has been creating equilibrium, and if you've been reading our ad, we keep writing economists of tomorrow are made here. The philosophy at the School of Economics is to have a multidisciplinary approach at the BSc program, whereas at the MSc program we are more rooted towards the core of microeconomics and our courses as have been put up on the website in year 1, offering 2 specializations in year 2. One is development studies and the other is international trade. We have a pan-India presence because to share with you, for example, in one of my classes where I was teaching urban economic development, there were 18 students from 18 different cities, and that course became so popular because of the very different kind of experiences that the student got into class. So coming back, we have a pan-India presence. Almost more than 100 cities have students coming to Symbiosis School of Economics from more than 26 states and even from more than about 11 to 12 countries around the world. We have a very, our pedagogy is innovative and creative, and we take the students along as facilitators to see that their learning experience remains with them. The past students who have graduated have gently turned around and said, yes, we have done it, because they feel that you earn a degree, like you earn the Bonneville, you earn your degree at Symbiosis School of Economics. It's not an easy exit from the school. It's one of the most rigorous programs, but we feel proud about the fact that we have created this and our students have done well. In a short span, our students have even become IES officers, Indian Economic Service. They have registered in that. They have got into companies like Bloomberg, Facebook, into institutions like IIHS, and recently one of our students even got the job of a research assistant with Delhi School of Economics, a very proud moment for us. We've had a couple of entrepreneurs who've done very well for themselves. So right from students who would like to go in for academics, to students who would like to go in for entrepreneurship, to those who want to get into government, into policy making, or those who would like to enter the corporate world. This is a strong base course for the BSc, and for the MSc it's a strong academic course which gives you great skills where you'll be able to understand a lot in the corporate world and the academic world to take your future ahead. We are now open to all questions from your end and hope that we are able to answer them to great levels of your satisfaction. Welcome again on the webinar. We have one question here, that what is the approximate cutoff for SSC undergraduate course? Yash Matai has asked this question. Well, Yash, good afternoon. And the answer to this is that the cutoff varies from year to year depending upon how you, the students, have performed. So don't worry, just wait for this. It's going to be announced shortly. On 18th, you will know what is your cutoff, what is your score. And by the 23rd, we would be giving you your, you would know whether you're on board with us for the personal interview and the writing aptitude test. Simran Sachdeva asks, on what basis do the candidates get selected? Well, the answer here is, Simran, first, you must have sat for the SET exam. I'm assuming that you are asking for the BSc program. And for the BSc program, the candidate would have sat for the SET exam. The result will be declared soon. Once you are shortlisted, on the 23rd, you would know. And then you would decide the venue of your personal interview and writing ability test, that is PIVAT. And accordingly, these interviews and writing tests would happen at 3 centers, first at Noida, then at Bangalore, and then at Pune. On what basis would you get selected? It depends upon your SET performance, plus your personal interaction, and also on the writing ability test.
Okay, yeah, we have another question, that is, I want to know the importance of hand-to-hand movement of monetary and fiscal policy of an economy. So I think that question ma'am can answer. I request.
Well, I feel get into the course and we will tell you in a large classroom, because this would be something that would take a long time for us to be able to answer at this point.
Okay, we'll just take I think some technical glitches we have. We'll take a short break and then we'll join you soon.
Let's first answer the MA questions, no? Have you got your MA?
You want to answer, ma'am? You can just see M.
No? Okay. What are the prospects for economics honors? Well, this is by S.K. Chopra. I'm going to leave this question to Ishita Ghoshal to answer.
Hi. Economics honors is specifically because we are concentrating more on economics and all the sorry about that. So the economics honors program mainly concentrates on economics and the various aspects of economics. So at SSE, what we try to do is provide with an with various other forms of education which are mixed with economics as well. So we offer courses on finance, law, we have econometrics and quantitative techniques. So previously, I'm assuming that you may have seen that we had a course which was BSc Economics and not honors. The reason we have moved on to the honors course is because of the rigor that we place on the economics aspect. Other courses which are simply BSc Economics would usually offer economics as one or two of the options, and then the rest are going to be like psychology, geography, sociology kind of papers. what we do is we completely concentrate on economics and also try to provide with a multifaceted exposure to other subjects.
I would like to add to this point that we have, I call it like the Panchatattva, or the multidisciplinary or interdisciplinary approach. So yes, you have economics, you do have maths and stats, you have econometrics, that quant angle that gets joined to it, you have law, you have finance, and you have things like portfolio management and financial management, environment economics, public policy and administration. Therefore, we feel all the crucial ingredients that are required. This is kind of a tailor-made and a well-stitched program structure which has been iterated by a lot of people and brought about. In the process, we also have research methodology which comes in, and therefore this BSc Economic Honours, once you complete it, you're going to find that the base is very much ready. We say the cake is ready. Why is the cake ready? Because it's ready to have the icing on top of it. A very strong foundation has been created. Not only can you put the icing on top of it, you can also put the cherry on top of the icing. This is what we feel, that the cake is strong with the inputs in terms of the courses from a large number of disciplines to make you be able to cope with all kinds of options. Another point I'd like to say is that at the end of the BSc program, you can join an MBA program. You would find that easy to negotiate. You could join the IAS, you could join the IES. Of course, you have to clear those entrance exams. You could go in for further studies in terms of masters. I would like to put on record out here that students from our BSc program have made it to universities like Manchester, Rochester, Warwick, London School of Economics, Boston, and that to universities in the US, which generally are willing to accept the 15 years of education if you are able to show the program structure of the BSc Economics Honours. From here, we will now move on to the next question, and the question is, how do NRI candidates apply to join this institution for attending the SET test? Well, I think whoever is the student, I think it is Akhil Suresh Nair. I'm sure, Akhil, you have already negotiated this, but we have an international website, our international center website, which is www.scie.edu.in. I think from this you would have got all your information. Hope to see you at one of the centers for the interview. There is a question here by Arjun Grewal. Hello Arjun, you have asked, can I attempt CA along with BA Economics? Well Arjun, no harm in trying. All you will know is that which one is going to take longer to complete, because if you could do a CA and a BSc Economics Honours, I would salute to you, and I'd be very happy to have you on board to doing both. It's all a case of time management. You would be not completing a CA, but obviously you would probably reach the intermediary level side by side. It's something that you could try on while you're there with us. The next question is again by Arjun. Where is the campus located? Symbiosis School of Economics is located right in the heart of the city on Senapati Bapat Marg, half a kilometer away from the JW Marriott Hotel, 1.5 kilometers away from E Square, where you could go and see your movies and mix around with the younger lot. The day you're slightly broke and you want to have the South Indian kind of a meal, you can just walk in the other direction down another one kilometer to Ferguson College Road, where there is Vaishali and Rupali, and I think you have the public transport which is quite well linked through auto rickshaws, and you can negotiate the buses also. It's a great city to be. It's ranked 148 on the Mercer Index of cities. and that is the second city after Hyderabad to be ranked in the Mercer Index of the most important cities in the world and cities easy to live in. So this is about our campus location. Great social activity, and you can see all the cars buzzing out the moment you get out of gate number 1 and 2 of Symbiosis School of Economics. Okay, we come to the next question. Sir, for being an economist, what should we prefer after UG, PG or MBA? Surabhi Joshi, I am not getting this question very clearly. For being an economist, what should we prefer after UG, PG or MBA? Well, to be an economist, I think a post-graduation in economics is very much essential, and that doesn't mean that MBAs cannot become economists. MBAs who have a great flair for economics can also choose such courses while doing MBA, which would bring the economist in them alive. I have another question from Varun Kamble. Is a maths stats background essential for applying for SSC? I never had maths and stats in 11th and 12th grade. I am going to request Dr. Rachna Shah to answer this question.
Hi Varun. Yeah, to apply to Symbiosis School of Economics, it's not a mandate to have a maths stat background because we have had students who are from different backgrounds and yet they have fared well. But yes, it is an advantage to your situation. If you have maths and stats background, you will be able to complete the course much easily, as we use a lot of maths and stats throughout in the course, especially calculus.
Coming to the next question, what are the placements after this course? We are presuming that Arjun Grewal is asking about placements after the BSc Economics Honours program. There are companies that come to our campus, and students do apply to these companies, whether it is Bristlecone or whether it is Value Notes or it is Capital IQ. We've had AC Nelson take a couple of our students as their ambassadors, and we have found students find good career options. However, let me place on record that most of our students like to proceed with higher education. Keeping this in mind, we therefore invite corporates or companies or organizations, depending upon the number of students and what kind of job opportunities they are looking. You have to be committed to the placement cell. You have to be committed to the schedules that the placement cell frames out for you, and you have to sit through various interviews and qualifying tests before you can get a job. I come to the next question. Is there specialization in the third year? Obviously, this is being asked by Sridhar Shah, and this would be a BSc Economics question. We seem to be answering a lot of questions for BSc Economics. There is a specialization which is more quant oriented in the second year onwards, and here I will request Ishita Ghoshal, who takes over as takes these courses as intermediary econometrics, to give you a little insight, and I'll also request Rachna Shah, because she takes quantitative techniques, to talk about this. So I'm handing over the mic to Ishita Ghoshal, followed by Dr. Rachna Shah.
So we don't usually call it a specialization. That's going to be too big a word for this. What we do is, after you finish your first year, which is the first 2 semesters, we give you an option to choose, depending on your comfort, whether you want to pursue the rest of the course with papers that are more mathematical or otherwise. So the rest of the course is common for all the students who are attending the course. but there are two particular papers, one which is an advanced paper in econometrics and another paper which is on quantitative techniques, which are offered to the group of students who prefer to study economics more from the mathematical point of view. And there are other two subjects which are comparatively less mathematical that are offered to the students who are not so comfortable with maths. So I take up a paper on econometrics, which is taught in the third year for the specialization, as you would like to call it. The basic paper that we have on econometrics is something which covers up the standard syllabus that is expected to be taught in any undergraduate course in economics. So whether a student chooses to study these two more mathematical course or not doesn't go against the student in any possible way in the future. It's only there to help you find your way through the course, basically. So if you are a person who's really passionate about maths and statistics, we suggest you take up the line which offers you these two specific papers, and the rest of the papers you do with the rest of your batch. And for the ones who are not so excited about maths, so there are other options which you can take over. Now I'll request Dr. Rachna to answer about quantitative techniques.
Thank you, Shita. Quantitative techniques is a paper which is almost something similar to the operations research paper offered at the MBA level. Apart from quantitative techniques, advanced econometrics, we also have mathematical economics, a higher level to be taught to the students so that they could come in at par with the other foreign universities who desire a student to know such things. In quantitative techniques, we have operation research pattern completely along with a few business-oriented numericals to be solved so that our future economists are not only good at analysis and other things, but also as good as entrepreneurs, as mentioned by Jyoti ma'am earlier. Thank you.
I'm back again with you now, and there is a question, how do I apply? Well, those who have not applied for the set, sorry, we'll see you next year. But if it is for the MSc program, it is still open. Those of you who have registered for the set but have not applied for the Symbiosis School of Economics, the option is still open for the BSc Economics Honours program. But again, I repeat myself that for the MSc program, it is open right up to the 29th of May. So you are there to, you are able to join us on board. I come to my next question. I got a mail for registration in SSE for BSc Economics, but last day for registration was 13th April. Is there any other way to apply? Well, if you have not applied for SET, I've already given you the answer. This is Khushi Parvez. Khushi Parvez, if you have not applied for SET, then we miss having you on board with us. But if you've applied for SET, we look forward to having you amidst us. Hopefully you will see the SET cutoff, and we will see you at one of our 3 destinations for interviews and personal interactions and writing ability test. Nikita Kashyap has again asked, how are the placements after economic honors? I'm sure, Nikita, you have heard that from us, and that's the same question that is being asked by Mehak Malhotra. But Mehak Malhotra also asks, what is the fee structure during the graduation course for BSc Economics? And Mehak, here the answer is that the BSc course is 1,32,000 per year plus the 10,000 deposit that will be refunded at the end of 3 years. Moving ahead, I have got another one question from Vish, and Vish asks, is it necessary to give any entrance for MSc course? No wish, there is no entrance exam required for MSc Economics. You just have to apply online by going onto our website, going on to courses, and you will come to know that there is the MSc program over there, and you will follow the instructions as given out there, and then you are back with us. Should you have any difficulties, there are numbers given below that you could connect with, and they would be able to answer your question. There is another question here. Is it necessary to take admission in hostel? This is a question asked by Gaurav. Gaurav and all other friends who have come online on this webinar, there are limited hostel facilities, so no, it is not necessary to take hostel accommodation here. Those of you who wish, you can apply, and accordingly, if you qualify for the hostel admission, it will be available. You will be shortlisted according to merit. What is the fee for the hostel and mess? I think it is approximately ₹1,00,000 per annum for the hostel and mess. What are the facilities you offer in campus? This was something asked by Mahin. Mahin, well, you could work out at the campus on the ground floor. We have a great gym. If you fall sick on the first floor, we have a health center which will take your BP and your blood tests and see that you are fit enough. And if you are not, we'll send you to the gym. We have labs. We have a computer lab which is very well, which has all the latest softwares, a computer laboratory. We have a library, a reading room. We have select air-conditioned classrooms. We also have a conference hall. We have an auditorium. Of course, we have a cafeteria, a modern-day cafeteria. We have a question by Ravi who asks, what are the fees for the MSc program? Well, Ravi, the fees for the MSc program is 1,40,000 along with a 10,000 deposit refunded at the end of 2 years. Regarding eligibility to take admission in MSc, a question asked by Ria, I will hand over this to Ishita Ghoshal to answer.
Hi, Ria. So the eligibility for applying for the MSc course is a minimum of 50% in your graduation. And there is no cap on whether you're from an economics background, you're an economics graduate or not, but the minimum requirement is 50%. Nevertheless, whether you get admitted or not is going to be completely dependent on your performance in the PI and VAT. So in your interview and the writing ability test, the scores that you get in these two aspects are going to be majorly responsible to get you into the course. But the eligibility, as I said, is a minimum 50% in your undergraduate course.
Hi, I'm back here to answer this question by Shubham. Do you provide any scholarship for master's students? I'd like to say one thing, that if there is any student who qualifies for the master's program but requires some kind of support, we are always willing to consider that, based of course on the merit of the student in the personal interaction and the writing ability test that will happen when it is scheduled on the interviews for the MSc are scheduled on the 16th and 17th of June. At that point of time, please feel free to come and meet us, and we will look at this case by case if required. How do you differentiate from SSC from Delhi School of Economics? Well, Delhi School of Economics was established in the 1940s, and you must have gone through the website and seen how different it is. We are a young and promising institution marching forward, onwards, towards Delhi School of Economics in a lighter vein. A long way to go for that, but I can tell you that we are a team that has great potential, and the syllabus would be has been vetted by some of the faculty from there, and we are trying to see that we In the western region of India, we are another name to reckon with in terms of the kind of program that we have innovated, a slightly differentiated product, as we call it, product differentiation, not identical but similar. Of course, we have a long way to go before we reach the standards of Delhi School of Economics, but we are watching them and we are moving forward. A question by Swapnil: can we pay the fees in installation? Well, Swapnil, this is something that a student can always apply and ask for, and it would be considered as and when it arises. There is another question: do we have Wi-Fi facilities in the campus, and what subjects should have a study prior before joining? I'm going to get on board KK Roy to answer these questions by Pankaj and Dinesh.
Thank you, ma'am. Do we have Wi-Fi facilities in the campus? Of course, yes. Nowadays, we have most of the universities and colleges have Wi-Fi facilities. So, yeah, to be very specific, we do have Wi-Fi facilities. And another question, that is, what subjects should have a study prior before joining? I am not very sure about, you're asking about BSc or MSc. For BSc, definitely we are open for all the streams. You just have to appear for SET, and depending upon SET result and your GDPI, which is going to happen very soon, that is one thing for BSc. And for MSc, yes, we have preferably from economics background. There are students who can join from commerce background, from other engineering background. You can just do one thing: you can go through the website where you will find all the eligibility criteria about MSc. You want to add something for MSc? Okay. Yeah. I request ma'am to
Take this question.
Okay. So we have a question by Nidhi. Do we have any pre-induction module to study before joining in MSc? We do not provide any pre-induction model as such, but once you join us, then we do provide bridge courses for particularly students who are from non-economics background, or for students who have studied economics but in a non-mathematical way. So I'm sure you know by now that the MSc course also that we teach is quite mathematical in nature. So even though we prefer students to be from economics background and someone who has done maths and stats along with that, often we end up getting students who are not from economics background or from mathematical statistical background. So in the first couple of weeks after you join us, alongside your regular lectures that happen for the first semester, we do arrange for some special lectures wherein lectures are provided for, let's say, microeconomics, macroeconomics, math, stats, mathematical economics, the basics of them, so that for a person who has almost no knowledge of economics or maths and stats can be brought at par with the rest of the class. Thank you. I'll pass it on to ma'am.
There is a question here by Deepak wants to know, do you have separate hostels for girls? Yes, Deepak, there are separate hostels for girls and for boys, but they are not very far apart. There is a common ground in between where the students can meet, and of course in the classrooms, but they are in two separate buildings. If I hope I have clarified that for all those who want to know whether there are separate, the buildings are apart. Yes, they are. Hello sir, what are profiles offered after studying here? Well, a lot of people, what are profiles after studying here? If you're talking about the MSc, well, a student who finishes the MSc from Symbiosis School of Economics can become a teacher or a faculty teaching at any undergrad college. That is provided you do your SET and NET. So you can have a profile of an academician. You can also pursue your PhD, again that is academics. You can join the banking sector, provided if you're into the public sector banks, then of course you have to sit for the entrance exams. You can enter the corporate world into the Department of Analytics. Almost every corporate wants an economist, and if you have the ability to analyze big data through the various modules as my colleagues have been describing, well, that is whether it is the econometrics or maths eco and software packages that we are going to help you through with programs like R and SAS, you would get a job of an analyst here. So these are some of the profiles that are offered, and many of our students who graduate take up posts of research assistants, teaching assistants, research associates, and it varies from where they have gone in. How are the faculty in SSC? I think I'm the right person to answer this. This is asked by David. Would they teach us the practical aspects of economics? Point number one, I must say I have the most promising faculty at SSC. I can very proudly say that yes, they put in their best and deliver their best in class. They do teach the theoretical aspect. There is emphasis also on the empirics, real life situations, policy frameworks in the Indian context, case studies, taking cases from the global context. It's an economics that is taught which will help you understand your environment. It won't only help you understand the economy of India, it will also help you understand what's happening around the global order. If you joined a particular industry, you would be able to analyze things for the industry or the particular sector that you are. That's the basics of economics, because it allows you to do an analysis right from demand, supply, cost, revenue, production, the forward linkages, the backward linkages, and therefore you would be able to do a SWOT analysis of any sector that you are looking at. There is another question here. What are the recreation facilities available on the campus? This is asked by Sankalp, and I'm going to ask my sports in charge, KK Roy, to answer this one for you.
Thank you, ma'am. There are facilities, many facilities actually we provide, starting from sports, adventure sports, and we do have gym. So under sports there are many types of sports our students participate. And we also go for adventure treks and all that. So of course we have a very strong, you can say that, recreation facilities at SSC. And for more information you can just see all the clubs which is provided on the website of SSC, that is ssc.ac.in. Again I'll request ma'am to.
Hello and welcome back. I'm back with you again. There is this question here. What was the highest package last year for placements? These packages, when you ask for BSc, it would be around 5 lakhs approximately, and for MSc it would go up to almost 6.5 to 7. That was what it was last year. Do you give 100% placements? No, we do not give 100% placements, but we strive for 100% placements. I again make myself clear. We do not give 100% placements, but we strive for 100% placement. It also depends. If a student says, I want a job in Kolkata, I may not be able to map that for the student. It always depends upon what is offered. So therefore, if the companies come in and the student fit the profile of what the companies are looking for, it's great, but it may not be necessary that you would get the city that you would desire. I'm going to leave these two questions by Umesh and Sudhanshu to be answered by Dr. Rachna. Dr. Rachna, this is question about would attendance be compulsory?
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, the attendance would be compulsory. And regarding taking up a part-time job, we have no issues. You can go ahead, take a part-time job, but make it sure that it does not clash with your college timings. And also make sure that you're able to study along with doing the job, because the course is really rigorous. I doubt whether you can take up a job with the course. But still, if you desire and if you have the caliber, go ahead, do it. We don't have any problem with that. The other one is for how many months we will have internship. You will have an internship of 150 hours. It's not in months, it's 150 hours. And you will have it twice during the summer break. One is the internship with an NGO and the other one is internship with a business unit. When we talk about an NGO, it can be with the CSR of any company. No issues with that, but you should provide the valid document, the letters that you have interned in those particular companies or in those NGOs, along with a set of documents which we ask you to fill. Once you join in, you are going for your internship. Before that, we provide you through the mail all the documents that we desire you to bring along when you come back and join us again. Thank you. I give the mic back to ma'am.
There is a question here asked by Amit. What is, what is the Symbiosis School of Economics? Is it top-rated college providing specialized courses in economics? And there's another one by Rahul. Tell us rank of SSE. I'd like to say one thing, that the BSc program is ranked among the top in the country. The MSc program, being young, is promising and moving up. I think it's got a great program in place. If you've gone through the website and looked at the program structure, it has a great program. Good faculty. Since we are a unique school in terms of the fact that we offer a BSc and an MSc economics, we have benchmarked our programs with the best in the country and around. But in terms of ranking, we feel we are unique as we have not taken part in any ranking exercise. There are different colleges which offer BSc economics and MSc economics, and they form a part of a much larger institution, whether it is St. Stephen's College or whether it is Presidency College or St. Xavier's College in Kolkata. They are not just offering economics, they are offering a large number of programs, and therefore those are institutions which are ranked and not just their degree of BSc and MSc economics. So here I think we are a unique boutique, tailor-made niche institute offering a BSc and MSc economics. Today we have 450 students on our campus studying this. As a question by Priyanka, I have applied for St. Stephen's and DU for master's program in economics. Can you please let me know the growth path in terms of learning and career after passing out from SSC, so that I can apply for SSC as well? As in the website, she has asked, she wants to know the growth path. Well, Priyanka, I think you've got nothing to lose by applying for MSc Economics out here. If you get into St. Stephen's or DU, great, but Pune and Symbiosis are brands as city and as an institution which are renowned all over the country. We have great academicians here. We are having a good, the students whoever have graduated have done well. Some of them are with IIHS, that is Indian Institute of Human Settlement. 2 of them are working there. One of them is working with Research Information Systems, that is RIS in Delhi. People have even got jobs at IDF, India Development Foundation, with Retail Association of India. And the list goes on with Bristlecon, which is a Mahindra & Mahindra company. They are working with startups who are analyst companies. Some of our students have cleared their set net. It's a great place in terms of careers, path and learning, and a great city to be in. I don't see anybody's growth curve moving downwards or backwards. It's just moving onwards and forward. Okay. I have the next question. What will be the selection procedure for master's program? And over here, as I've said, you have to first apply for the program. Your name will then be shortlisted and announced in the first week of, it will be announced in on 6th of June. Post that, we have personal interviews and writing ability test on the 16th and 17th of July. Post that the June, sorry, my apologies for June. In fact, by 7th of July, the program starts. The first merit list will be put up on the 22nd of June. All right. I think I've answered this question for Sachin. There was another question over here which said, would the life at SSC be hectic? I'll make you recap the fact that yes, life at SSC will be hectic from two angles, the academic angle and the buzzing activity of the city that goes around it. All right. And well, the program is rigorous both at the undergraduate and the master's program, and the city has a lot of great social life around which is going to keep you nicely entertained. Post this question, we are going to take a short break and we will be back with you soon. Have a great afternoon and looking forward to being amidst you after a short break. Thank you.